I have a huge problem right now, and I gotta figure this out ASAP, or I'm about to lose everything in my fridge. So, I've got all the doors open right now. This is unexpected. This is not planned, obviously. All the windows open. This smoked up. That blue regulator there caught on fire or something. There was a big snap. At first, I saw one of the fuses were out. The fuse was out there. The fuse had blown. Something has tripped the fuse on that regulator unit right there. I don't know what did, but somehow that fuse on the battery side terminal right there was tripped, which I've put that fuse there obviously for safety reasons to protect the rest of my system. And it was snapped. It was on. So I was like, oh, okay, something's tripped it. All right, I'll just change the fuse. I changed the fuse over, and when I turned the power back on after changing the fuse over, that solar regulator right there just smoked up. Just went. There was like a snap sound, and then which probably is that fuse breaking again or something, and then this thing just smoked up. Tons of smoke just flew in my whole car here, and I had to open the doors and the windows immediately. And I don't know what's wrong with this system, so I'm really freaking out now because this is a huge, huge problem. Obviously, because my whole system potentially could be affected. Now, I'm hoping that fuse kept that from happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect that box there, the one that was smoking up, completely disconnect that, unwired that as quickly as possible so I don't lose the contents of my fridge. And I've got to figure out why that's happened. Something has tripped that, and the stench in here from this smoke is just horrible. I can't even turn my fan on because that runs with the car, but something has triggered that. I'm freaking out because I have no idea what caused that to trip in the first place, but something has caused that to trip. I have no idea what it is, but something has caused that to trip right there, and that would be the second solar panel that I connected. So that's not even the latest one, that's the second one. So I don't know if it's something to do with the battery. I don't know if it's something to do with the solar panel. I have no idea, or if it's just this controller that's just decided to bug out, but something has caused that thing to trip out, and it really freaked me out because it smoked up like crazy, and I thought I was about to have electrical fire in here. So this is really unexpected because nothing has changed. I haven't touched anything for ages. All this has been running perfectly without any issues, and literally that was fine until I checked it earlier today. It was fine. It was flashing. This has only just happened, so I have no idea what has brought this on, but it is a huge issue. I need to get onto this ASAP, so I'm going to start by disconnecting that whole thing there, and yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what's caused this to happen, but it's a huge issue. From what I can tell, it's only that's affected at the moment, but who knows what's happened. That fuse that I have fused there on both sides is supposed to protect anything bad from happening, so hopefully nothing else is damaged. From what I can tell, though, the thing that's worrying me is that it's not the solar panel side of those wires there that is snapped. It's the battery side that's overloaded and snapped. So I don't know why that's happened, but I need to freaking get on top of this ASAP. I've got the windows and doors open here to get the smoke out. I'm freaking out. The moon is getting ready to come up in the distance. I've just seen, though. You might be able to see a really nice moon there in the bushes, in the trees there. You can see the moon coming up. It's going to be a big moon. It's very yellow after the eclipse. But anyways, that's not why we're here. I just got distracted by the moon there. It's actually really nice looking. need to fix the system. This was not planned. I wasn't even going to live stream right now, but because this has happened, I knew you guys would want to know, and this has become an emergency situation, so I thought I might as well stream it, because if something happens from here on in, I'm in the middle of nowhere. This is actually, yeah, this is actually really, this is actually a problem, because yeah, it's the first time I've actually freaked out about my system. So I'm gonna get onto this and see. I don't know. I'll start by trying to disconnect this here and see what happens. Freaking out. But even when I'm freaking out, I can still appreciate a freaking beautiful moon, man. Like, seriously, that moon over there is freaking nuts. But it's a big moon, too. Huge. Really yellowy, orangish yellow. I don't know if that's the blood moon that was supposed to be last night. I don't know. The clips make it look bloody, but this looks kind of bloody too. Anyways, this is a huge issue. Let me get focused on this. I'm distracted by the moon now. But I don't have my light on here. I can't turn my lights on. I can't do anything until I disconnect this whole system. This is a problem. Oh my gosh, this is a huge problem, even more so than, because in order for me to disconnect this freaking unit, I have to disconnect the ground as well. Where's that grounded, the battery ground from the battery? Oh my gosh, this is an issue. I don't have enough light for this. I can't even. This is a problem. I mean, luckily I've put this system together, so there's that. At least I know what's the what, but what I don't understand is why suddenly this has happened. Jeez. Holy crap. Oh man, that's going into that battery. Alright, I've got to, I gotta, holy crap. Okay. Take some deep breaths, Faith. This is the fuse that first snapped. It's definitely blew at first, but then I put a new fuse in, and then this thing smoked up. So I didn't notice the smoking before. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes and midges right now like crazy. Caused this to happen, but it's kind of scary that suddenly this has happened. I gotta close these windows, but it's so smoky in here, but I'm getting bit like crazy too. So my goal is just to disconnect this freaking solar regulator as quickly as possible right now. And it's a good thing, because at least because I built my own system, at least I know how to disconnect things and do stuff. You know, if someone else had built my system, I wouldn't know what to do right now. But I've got 5 minutes. I gotta get my fridge back on ASAP, man. I do not want to lose my food in here. Can't find a freaking... Where's a Phillips head when I need one? These are my Phillips heads. Alright, I got one. This was not a planned live stream. I repeat, this was not planned whatsoever. Alright, everything's off. Make sure everything's off. I turned all the powers off. Everything should be off. This is freaking me out. Man, this could be a whole solar panel gone. This could be a whole battery gone. This could be a whole regulator gone. This could be a whole battery box gone, or worse, it could be my whole system gone. More than one thing. Right now, I don't know. I'm gonna unplug the problem one that I seen the smoke come from first and go from there. If I can disconnect this and turn my system back on, I'll be so freaking happy. If I can't, I've just lost my whole system and all my food. That's what that means. If this does not work, I've lost my whole system is gone, and my food and my everything, and I can't run my fridge, and that's worst case scenario right now. So let's hope that's not the case. Okay, I need electrical tape. I need to freaking the solar side here. I need to freaking wrap these ends up with so that they don't freaking, matter of fact, I'm just going to cut them and then wrap it, because I don't want these live wires, because they're going to be live and hot because of the freaking jeez, my gosh, this is not good, guys. This is not freaking good. The solar panel on the top is live. Not now because the sun's not out, but it will be in the morning. So I can't have these live wires just dangling here. So I'm just going to wrap it with electrical tape. It should be fine. I don't want to have to freaking re-strip those wires up and stuff. I should be able to just electrical tape it and then put it away somewhere. I'll take the fuses out. Then this won't be connected as well. The power here won't be live if I take this fuse out. Which the solar side is fine, so it's not the solar panel that's caused this. There's something that's gone with the battery. Oh my gosh, I hope it's not the battery. Please don't be the battery. If it's my battery setup, I'm in trouble. And that third battery in the back of this chain, I mean, maybe I should try to disconnect that completely right now. Do I disconnect that third battery? Because the battery has tripped. Something has tripped the battery side terminal. Now, it could be the regulator just went bad. I mean, I guess those kind of things can happen. I don't know. Freaking hell, I don't know. I'm not a freaking electrician, man. This was all wired up perfectly. That middle panel is the second, so the middle one's the second one I did, the second solar panel. So it's been up there for a while. Now maybe something bit or ate through the cable at the top of the van. You know, I don't know. I need to look underneath my solar panels, which I don't even have the ladder here in the car to do that right now. I can't even do that. I need to try to investigate, though. I got to find out things and quickly. This is a huge situation right now for me, because my whole electrical system could be affected by this in a very bad way. So this is not a light moment, guys. This is, and I decided to live stream it with you guys, like I said, because this is such a huge thing right now. And I'd rather you guys be watching my back and I'm just gonna freaking, I'm gonna take these ends up and hope for the best, man. But yeah, something's gone very bad. The smoke, man. I wish I would have kept streaming. If I would have kept streaming earlier, you guys would have seen it all happen. Man, can't believe it. The one time I stopped streaming and miss out on something this gigantic that's just happened. Alright, I've taped up the ends here. It is fused, like I said, so I've taken the fuse out, so there's a disconnect there anyways, so that should be fine. The positive cable there, if there's no fuse in that, it's not going to, you know, be live, that end there anyways, but just as a safety, just in case, I've taped it up, just in case. And tape up the ground one as well, just in case. Like I said, it should be fine, but I'm not taking any chances. Now I'm really worried and concerned if that battery back there is faulty or not. As well, is that a problem? That's the newest battery. Is it? Why is that plugged into that one? Yeah, it is. It's plugged into the, I think that's plugged into the newest battery, which is a King's battery. It's not even the same as these other two batteries. So I wonder if it's a battery issue. That's scary, dude. If it's, because it's the battery side's fuse that's snapped, not the solar side. If it's solar side, I'd be less freaked out, because the solar side means it's the panel and I disconnect and it's done. But it's the battery side that's snapped. That's freaking scary. I have no idea why, but that's happened. All right, I gotta figure out which Anderson. Yeah, I did plug it into this one. So this did go into the new battery. Now maybe the door here, the cable got jolted or something with this Anderson plug. Maybe it didn't. Maybe somehow that happened or something on the Anderson plug at the top. I'm hoping it's something, you know, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I've got no light over here, so I'm struggling to even just see back here. I'm hoping that, I don't know, I'm hoping it's nothing freaking crazy major. Oh. No idea though, that's the scary thing, is it just doesn't even make sense why that would suddenly happen. Oh my gosh, I'm getting bit like crazy. Come on. That tape came off. I literally just put that tape on and it's come off. And both of these, just like that. What the hell? I just taped all this. Oh wait, no, I didn't tape these. These aren't taped up at all. It doesn't matter, it's not connected. Alright. Now I guess I better unplug anything that's not necessary, that needs to be on right now. Unplug. Well, I mean, that box that smoked up is unplugged. I'm Anderson is out there in the back. I have no way of knowing if there's something gone majorly wrong with this. Is it this battery, or is it just that thing, or what? I don't know. I do not know. And I can't freaking see over there right now. Now I wonder if I can just, if I only turn on one battery box, can I just turn on only one battery box and the rest of my system, if they're off, it's safe or what? Excuse me. I need to just go for it. I have no idea what's gone wrong here. Something's gone really wrong. Something's gone really freaking wrong. Something's... I don't know what it is. I've got to try to turn the system on. I'm gonna be over here just in case. I'm a little bit freaking out, actually, guys. I mean, there was a lot of smoke earlier, and when I turned the system on, I turned everything off and I turned it on before it started smoking up like crazy. So I've unplugged the thing that the smoke was coming from, but I'm a little bit afraid to turn this on. I guess there's nothing to do but to do it. First battery's on. Okay, that's not the one I'm worried about. That one is fine anyways, as far as I know. That's not what the smoke was coming from. I might unplug this freaking 12 volt. That wasn't even connected to this. Alright, I'm turning battery number 2 on, guys. Alright, battery 2 is on. Battery 3 is the one I'm worried about, because that's the one that regulator was connected to. Alright. Let's see if I can get some light on here before I do that. Tons of mosquitoes getting in here. Oh, I've got tons of bugs in here. Midges and everything. The fridge is on. Alright, I want this light on here. I just want to have a quick look over here to see if anything jumps out in this battery back here. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. No idea what's caused this to happen. I think that's the scariest part. It's just no reason why that should have happened. Nothing. I don't get it. But now that That battery back there is a big question mark. It's a big question mark. I don't know. I've got everything wired up properly. Unless somehow, if something got wet, somehow, what if something got wet somehow? I don't know. The circuit breaker in that battery box didn't go off, so I mean that's a good sign. If there was a big problem, that circuit breaker should have snapped. That's what I mean, the circuit breaker should have snapped before the fuse. Alright guys, I'm gonna turn this third battery on. I'm not looking forward to it, but I have to. I have to, and I can't see any reason why there's nothing here that's making me go, that should have happened. I mean, it could just be a faulty controller or something. I mean, those kind of things do happen. I don't see any liquid. I don't see any reason why anything would have caught fire. Maybe the answer's on the roof. I don't know. It's impossible to get to the back of that battery easily. Like, it's just super impossible. I'd have to literally undo the whole system to even access back there. Let me check to see what my fridge's temperature is at real quick as well. How long has that been out for? Holy crap. That's been off for a while. I've just lost all my food. I have no idea how long this thing's been off, but the temperature is freaking crazy high. I gotta try to turn that third battery on. I've just lost my food. I don't know how long that's been off for. But the temperature was really high. I'm going to try to turn that third battery on. Always have freaking crazy drama, man. I knew things was going too smooth, like, you know, having a relaxing time, cooking a nice meal and all that kind of stuff. I'm freaking far from freaking the storage unit. I'm super far away. Can't get my ladder on my ladder. Can't investigate the top. I don't know what to do. I'm actually far from anything. Turning that battery on. Alright. Wait a minute, what's that not in all the way? This wasn't even in all the way. Why was this not in all the way? Could this have shorted it out somehow? But this is on this is connected directly to the second battery, not the... This wasn't even in all the way. I wonder if this could be the culprit. I mean, all the batteries are parallel linked together. But that solar regulator was specifically connected to the third battery box, not the second battery box. I'll keep this unplugged for a bit. All right, here goes. The third battery is working and has the right voltage. I'm really baffled. Everything is on now. Everything is at the right operating temperature, operating. Is that smoking? Or am I just smelling residue of this thing? Trying to see if I smell smoke or not. I don't see smoke. Let's hope that third battery's alright. I wonder if I should disconnect it from the system. Like, am I smelling smoke or am I smelling the residual smoke from the other thing? Or am I smelling something else? I definitely smell something. I smell something. Am I being paranoid or what? I don't think so. Maybe I should disconnect that third battery. I need to disconnect that third battery, I think. I don't see any smoke. There's nothing except the batteries connected to that third battery now. Technically, if all the batteries are paralleled together, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the third battery, even though the solar regulator was connected to the third battery box, because they're all supposed to be parallel together with each other. Even though the Anderson plug on the top of the third battery box is where that solar regulator was plugged into, and that's what snapped. And that had a 25-watt fuse in it originally. It didn't even have a 20. It had a bigger fuse and it still snapped. So it didn't even have a 20 amp. The solar side was fine. The 25 amp fuse on that side snapped. And after it snapped, the box started smoking. Tons of smoke. Not the box, but the regulator. Could the smoke just be in my clothes? And that's what I'm smelling and I'm just getting paranoid? Or is one of these batteries smoking underneath the lid? Or is that just residual smoke from the unit? Nothing feels hot. None of these battery boxes feel hot at all. Could be a faulty battery or a faulty unit for the solar regulator. I've got thick cables on there, so it's not like I didn't use good enough cabling. That was the second one I wired up, so it's not like I didn't know what I was doing. I already did the first one, did the second one. It's been fine all this time. Why now? Why suddenly now? Something had to trigger it. What though? What? No water could have touched that. Everything is sealed off on that unit. There's no way it could have got wet. Gotta try to turn the van on. I have to try to turn the van on. DC to DC is still working. My third solar panel in box is working. So what made the second one trigger? And why, when I put a new fuse in, did it start smoking? The first time it tripped the fuse. The second time it's smoking. Is it a faulty unit? Could it be a faulty unit? I definitely smell, but that could be the van now. I'm smelling now. I can't tell between the car and the van. A huge problem. I'm literally I don't know what caused it, and I don't know, because all the batteries are connected together. You know, like, could it be one battery that's triggered this whole thing, or the bad solar regulator? I mean, you would think if it was one of the batteries, because all the batteries are connected together, that it would have been, I would have, all the fuses would have blew, not just only the fuse on that second solar regulator. Because that's the only one that blew. Like, all my other fuses are fine. Everything else is working and functioning perfectly. There's not another fuse that's been triggered. I don't know. I'll leave the, like I said, all the batteries are parallel together. So if it was a battery issue with any of the batteries itself, it would seem to be logical that all of my triggers, all my fuses would have tripped, not just that one, potentially, because power's flowing through all of them together. That's the second one that was connected into the third battery. Could just be a faulty solar regulator unit. That's kind of making the most sense right now. It is what started smoking. Nothing else smoked. I see smoke from nothing else. That is what was smoking. And it smoked only after I put that fuse back in, though. Really confusing. Why? Because that fuse should have snapped, the one that I put in, and kept that device from getting damaged. So therefore, if that device is what was smoking, then chances are that's what's faulty. That makes logic to me, because if it was something from the other part of the system, it would have snapped the fuse and cut power off from the actual device itself, the regulator. But because the regulator started smoking and nothing else in my whole system, no other fuse was snapped and nothing else smoking, I'm going to say it's a safe assumption that that regulator is faulty for whatever reason. Beyond me, I don't know why, but it is. That's what I'm going with. So I'm going to drive around for a bit to air out the car, to see if I can get some fresh air in here and see if it's just me, residual smoke from what happened that I'm smelling, or what. I'm just going to drive around for a little bit and get some air in here. See if I can find, I might go to the nearest gas station I can find. Jeez, how far away that is. See if I can get some more light in here and go check the top of the roof. to see if I can see anything at all that can give me an indication of what's gone on here. And how long has that been out for? When did that first snap like that? Like, what the freak? It had to be out for a while though, because the fridge was freaking like was hot. Well, not hot, but like, you know, the freezer section was nowhere near minus 18. It was like minus 10 when I looked at it. It had already been running for a while, so. Leave my tools here ready to go in case I need them. I have everything here. Got my fire extinguisher here. Might just be smelling the residual smoke from that unit, which could be what I'm smelling. I think we're okay. I think I was smelling the residual from the solar regulator. I'm gonna drive around for a bit and see what happens. Of all times for this to happen, being this far away sucks. Because I am. Ladder in here. Alright, reception out these parts, it will drop out in the bad reception. Like driving here, like I said, this is one of the few places that had reception. So, it will drop out for long periods of time. But I will check in a bit later because I can do. Otherwise, I need to drive. I need to find a gas station. I'm going to go for a bit of a drive and see if I can find the closest gas station. And go from there. Have another it's not here, it's in the shed. It's in the shed. I took it out just the other day. So I had that other solar regulator, that crappy one, that just for testing purposes I could have connected and fused up. Because if that works, that means this definitely was the unit itself that was dodgy, you know. Before I do that, I do need to check the roof and see if anything, maybe something's eaten through one of the solar panel cables or something's happening. cut out. No other fuse is blown in my whole system. Everything is fused, mind you. I want to make sure you guys understand. Everything is, every wire, every positive wire on my system is fused. From every solar, from my DC to DC to my solar regulators, every positive cable is fused. Now the solar side on that regulator did not snap. The solar side did not snap. And that's why I'm a bit like, because the battery side that snapped, not the solar side. The solar side's fine. If it was a problem with the solar panel, you would think the solar side would have snapped, but it didn't. It did not. The battery side did. So it's either that unit, which I'm kind of leaning towards. It could be something in the battery box itself of the third unit, where the Anderson plug from the battery connection was plugged into, that is freaking funny or whatever, you know? Or it's the battery itself. Now, because nothing else is snapped now, gone, clickety-click or anything funny, I'm going to rule out the third battery, because the other battery, because it is, everything is running fine. Nothing else is smoking, nothing else is snapped. So I'm thinking it's definitely this unit here, that regulator unit. So I'll show you guys. So I think it's that unit there that I've disconnected, that something faulty in that. I don't know what's gone on, but as you can see, the third one, which is the latest one I did, is fine. Everything else, these all are powering up the right voltage. 14.6 there, 14.6 there, and on the third battery here, 14.7. But that's where all that should be. My DC to DC is on as well. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Nothing's changed on there, and it's charging. So, yeah, I'm baffled right now. I've got nothing. I have no idea. But everything seems to be in working order. The smoke came out of there. Tons of smoke. That just started smoking when I turned, because basically what I did was when I saw that. So these circuit breakers I have here, as you can see here, fuse thingies. Sorry, not circuit breaker, but the fuse thing. This red light was on. When this red light's on means that the fuse is blown. So I went, oh, fuse is blown. I already thought that was weird. Why would that fuse be blown? Okay, fuse is blown. All right, no worries. I took it out, took out the old fuse, put a new fuse in. And before I put the new fuse in, I made sure that the whole system was off. So all the power boxes were off. All the battery boxes were off. I put the new fuse in. I turned on all the first power box, second power box, turned the third power box, and then I seen smoke coming from there. Tons of smoke. Tons from that regulator right there. I immediately turned all the boxes back off, and that's what's happened. we're at. Caramba. Showing us so far away right now from civilization. What's up, Jazzy? What's up, Data? What's up? What's up, Dennis? What's up, Mr. Pink? What's up, Steve? What's up, Joe? Excuse me. Data says van life can be scary. Yes, it's true. It can be scary. Big time. Data goes, I feel like the only thing missing in the van besides working technical problems with the guitar. Yeah, I will put my music stuff in here soon. Maintenance time. She'll be alright. She can work it all out. Yeah, I'm alright. I don't know what I'm not 100 on what's happened, but I've looked the system over and it looks fine. So, nothing else is going nuts at the moment, so I don't know. Thanks, Mr. Pink. Appreciate that. I can help him. Sparky. All good. Jazzy goes, faith your frozen food might still be alright. See if it's still frozen. Yeah, it's probably alright still. Because I'm just thinking back of when I started cooking with it. You know, it's pretty late, so it's probably alright. Dennis, what's up, Dennis? Be healthy. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate that. Steve goes, hi, all. Does Faith have an electric fire extinguisher? If there's a fire, she doesn't want to use a liquid one. No disrespected, but Faith should get all checked out via auto electrician. The extinguisher is, I've got an extinguisher that's made for all things, all types of fires. It's powder. Joe goes, what's going on? That started smoking right there, the solar regulator. At first it was a tripped fuse, and then because I had that fuse, but it was the fuse on the battery side, not the solar panel side. But it was tripped only on that unit, not on any other unit. These three batteries are all parallel synced together. I've checked all my grounds and everything. Everything is as it should be. There's nothing that has come loose. Every ground is, everything is exactly as it was. Nothing's changed anywhere. I've checked everything. Everything is tight. Everything is tidy. It's a mystery. I think it's a bad unit. I think it's that unit there. Nothing else makes sense because nothing else snapped. Nothing else is freaking smoking. Nothing else is having issues. It's only that thing. That thing was connected directly Anderson plug into that battery box back there and to the solar, which is these here. The solar side didn't snap. Only the battery side of the Anderson plug did. So I don't know, could be something weird with the Anderson plug underneath. Maybe it's not, you know, the battery box itself. I didn't check to see if the Anderson plugs underneath were tightened or anything. You know, I didn't check those. I don't know. I'm guessing though, since everything seems to be fine now, and nothing's smoking and nothing else is snapped or clicked or anything or whatever, that it's that unit. Something is funny with that unit, and I don't think it was the solar panel. I literally just think it's that unit. So I'll know once I can get another unit. If I get another unit and connect it, I'll be able to know. But that's been fine for 4 weeks or however long since I've had it in there. Had no issues, so I don't know. But that's my theory. Anyways, so check your grounds. I checked my grounds. Everything is grounded. Nothing's come off. Not if you have a ground that has come loose, either under bolt or check the ground for that particular unit. Pull on each wire to see if connection has not been compromised. I've disconnected the whole unit now, Joe, because it's smoked up. I'm connected it. Without a good ground, your fuse will not. Without a good ground, your fuse will not blow because you no longer have this ground connection. In the meantime, with the fuse on the unit in question, you still have 2 battery backups until you can get a chance to check all the crimped connections and wirings on that unit. Now I'm not connecting that unit back up. I'm leaving it unconnected because it's smoked up, man. Like I'm not even gonna risk connecting it back up or anything. I've just left it unconnected. And what I'm going to do is instead is I'll double check my once I get to a gas station somewhere. I'm going to double check the top of the roof, just make sure nothing's come loose or gone weird with the solar. Like I said, I don't think it is the solar panel because I feel like the solar fuse would have snapped because I've fused both solar and battery sides, and I'm only battery side. And it didn't happen during the day when solar was coming through. It happened on the battery. So I think it was a faulty unit. At least that's what I'm thinking and I'm hoping. Because if that would make the most logic to me at this stage. Because again, everything is exactly as it was and nothing else has gone local whatsoever. So that's what I'm going with. So alright guys, anyways, thanks for all the advice and thoughts and ideas and suggestions and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate you guys chiming in. Thanks you guys for worrying and being concerned. We've spent an hour 20 minutes on this live. It wasn't a planned live, but I wanted you guys here to see what I was doing in case anything went, pearl-shaped or whatever. You guys could be my eyes and you guys could be here to make sure everything is okay. If you saw me suddenly get shocked or whatever, you guys would know to alert the authorities or you'd be able to do something, So, and plus, we do content on this channel, so I didn't know how this was going to turn out. This could have been an even bigger, crazier disaster. Who knows? So yeah, I live streamed it. and I knew you guys would want to know because it's part of. Normally, I would have still been live streaming now, anyways. So, but anyways, my plan now is to drive to a gas station, find the nearest gas station, and get to it, and then inspect the top of the car. By then, I would have had a chance to let this air out and make sure I'm not smelling anything residual. I literally think I'm smelling just the burnt, like that unit caught on fire because it was smoking. So that blue unit caught on fire, that solar regulator, because it smells like fire. So something caught on fire in there and smoking. Obviously, it's not going to just smoke without there being some sort of fire. So that's the question right there. I'll need to check that third battery box out at some stage before I do test another unit. There, I'll need to test to see that battery box that it was plugged in, check that Anderson plug out, see if there's anything funny going on in that plug, check the wiring underneath that plug, check everything is underneath that battery box is tight and tidy, that, you know, things I can't see. Maybe the Anderson plug itself wasn't grounded properly from the factory, and that's possible. You know, maybe that wasn't tight, maybe it was a bit loose. That could be really likely one. But whatever, it caused the battery to go. So, I mean the unit to go, or it was just a unit all along. It was a faulty unit. It's possible. You know, cheap freaking unit I got from freaking Kings. Cheap, again, being the key word. Buy cheap things, and these kind of things you can expect to happen. I bought the cheapest MPPT solar regulator that's on the market. Maybe it just wasn't up to the task. So, check my carbon monoxide levels in here. They're fine. The smoke alarm didn't even go off. What does that tell you? I mean, I did turn that off really quick though. Once I saw that smoke, I was like, I turned everything off quick. It was tons of smoke, but I guess it didn't reach the smoke alarm quick enough, because I opened the doors and everything super fast. When I saw that smoke, I was like, boom. I ain't messing around. I see smoke, I'm freaking, you know, I'm on it. But I hope, fingers crossed, that the disaster has been averted. Fingers crossed. And that was weird. Could not have imagined that was going to start smoking up. I was really careful when I was wiring the system up too, you know. It's not like I was just lackadaisical about it and just like, you know, I was really like, I made sure everything was wired really well and taped, and so I'm fairly confident it's not my connection. You know what I mean? Like I feel pretty confident it's not my connection. I will double check the wiring to see if anything looks funny on the unit, on that Anderson plug side, that, you know, just double check my connection there for where the fuse was and see if anything looks funny there or what. But I mean, I was very careful for all that stuff. You guys see me, you guys watched me do the whole build, so guessing it was a faulty unit. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm really thinking. Like I said, I feel like if it was anything else other than that, right now, as long as the car has been running, which has been running for a while now, and the whole battery system's been on all this time, I feel like another one of my units would have freaking at least had the fuse snap on it or start smoke, you know what I mean? It's nothing's wrong with anything else. Everything's fine. So it's got to be that unit. So that's what I'm going with. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video here. Wasn't planning on it, and I'm going to lose reception when I start driving with you guys anyways, so I might as well end the video properly, because otherwise when I'm driving it's just going to go black and the video is just going to end suddenly in the middle of freaking nowhere, and it's just going to be weird, and you're not going to be able to see much anyways because I'll be driving in the black jet darkness. So anyways, no, when I say double fuse, Joe, I'm not talking about double fusing. I'm not double fusing the unit like the same line. What I mean is I put a fuse on the positive wire for the battery side and a fuse on the solar side. They're two separate connections. The positive wires on each of those, I didn't double fuse the same side. It's a separate whole thing. That's what I did. So the solar side is fused for the solar, the positive on the solar, and the battery side is fused on the battery side. That's what I meant. Not double fusing one side. So the solar, the thing that caught on fire, Joe, doesn't have any crimped connectors on it at all. It's not crimp connected, so definitely not a problem with that either. That has no crimps. It has an Anderson plug on one end, and the other end it just screws straight into the actual unit. Dave goes, maybe consult an auto electrician just to give it the once over, better spin. No, it's fine. I'm very confident in what I've done, Dave. And I say that in the humblest way, but I'm fine. I know my system is, I connected it all up properly. Everything is fine. I double, triple, quadruple checked everything. I don't need to waste that money on that. Yeah, Jazzy, exactly. I was extremely careful. What's up, Dave? What's up, Charlene? Alright, guys. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to end this one here, and I'll give you guys an update later. Once I figure out, once I know a little bit more information, and once I get into civilization somewhere, I'll be able to inspect the top of the vehicle. I'll have a bit more light. I'll double check, make sure nothing's smoking, nothing's smelling. I'll double check everything again once I've got some light and I'm not in the middle of nowhere. And I'll give you guys an update. So I'll do an update live stream. Look out for that. Let's say in about 3 hours. It's 7:30 my time now, so let's say about 10:30 p.m. my time. So in about 3 hours, I'll give you guys an update. So that should give me enough time to find a gas